Hi, welcome back to The Power of Perspective. In this episode, we will have the opportunity to learn what it's like being a behavioral health tech at a sober living home and recovery center. A behavioral health tech is a very important part of the body of a substance use disorder and mental illness recovery team. The drum line is the heartbeat of a marching band, as is a behavioral health tech to the recovery team and to the clients. Without a tech, clients would be without constant guidance in their early recovery from substances and or problematic behaviors that have been negatively impacting their life. We are pleased to have with us today Jen.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi Jen, how you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming in. You look lovely today as usual.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on our show today. We are so grateful for your service while being a behavioral health tech at a recovery center.
Thank you.
Now, Jen has the ability to understand the effect of what just one person recovering from active addiction, alcoholism, and or problematic behaviors has on his or her community, family and friends, and society as a whole. I want you to know that your position as a tech, putting so much energy into helping others, can result in the recovery from people with a hopeless state of mind. To hundreds of people, thousands or more. So we thank you for your gift to the human race. So if it's okay with you, Jen, we have some questions to ask you so we can all get a better perspective on what being a behavioral tech entails. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. So let's get into it.
All right.
What does your average day look like being a behavioral health tech?
Okay. So my average day starts here at 9 p.m. A lot of times my partner and I are coming in and we're kind of picking up the pieces as far as who needs their medication still, is anybody having any issues, that sort of thing. So pretty busy between like 9 and 11. We also have clients that work, so we go and we pick them up. On a rare occasion, we have clients who have had a bad day and just need a tech sitting with them for a little bit. And that is super important, I believe, in this line of work. But for the rest of my shift, which is a 13-hour shift, my partner and I are taking turns in 30-minute increments, walking the whole campus and going in, checking everybody, like physically checking everyone to make sure everybody's okay. Because sometimes bad things happen.
Wow.
So.
Well, thank you for giving us that introduction on just a basic day looks like.
Yeah. Yes.
Second question.
Okay.
If you could create a standard for clients pertaining to tech work that would make the recovery process smoother for the client, what would that be and why?
I think if it were financially, something that was financially capable of happening, if we had maybe an extra tech to overlap between the day shift and the night shift, so that when clients are having, a tough time or just need to talk to somebody, that could be done easier versus, I'll be right back. Okay, hey, let me finish this real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think just having that extra ear, so to speak. And then of course, providing extra support to the tech team.
Okay. Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
Did you ever experience an excessive amount of clients to care for? And if so, how did that affect your efficiency?
When I first started here, we were a little understaffed, so I was spending like weekend upon weekend upon weekend working by myself. Granted, we had like maybe 19 to 21 clients at that time, which is pretty manageable when you're alone. I hadn't worked in this line of business before, and the training was a little off, so I was kind of thrown to the woods, or thrown to the wolves, excuse me. So that, to me, made it excessive. Like, what am I going to do? How am I going to do this? True to form, when you're put in a situation that is uncomfortable at first, you will blossom if you push through it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I hope with your wise words that this industry as a whole will be able to implement some of these things to make the process smoother for everyone.
It's getting there. It really is.
That's great to hear. Do you recommend a tech to have more of a personal relationship or caregiver relationship with the clients?
I would say more personal, because to me, when you say caregiver, that's like you are going in with grandma and taking care of her. And that is not at least that is not my goal, is to make you feel like, you the client, that I'm here to take care of you. It's, no, I will build a relationship with you, and wherever I see you faltering, hey, do you need some assistance with this, or do you want to talk about it? That sort of a personal role. So, yeah, I would say more of the personal relationship versus the caregiver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
In your opinion, what is the most beneficial way to deal with a consistently problem client?
At first address it, and then there has to be a point where, I'm going to draw a boundary and you're going to deal with my manager and not me anymore. Just so there's not a possibility of a altercation physically or even verbally. So, we deal with that quite a bit.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What are your thoughts on why a client relapses while in the program?
Ooh. Addiction is a disease that we fight every single day, and we will until we die. I'm a firm believer in working with a sponsor, working your 12 steps so that you get yourself, it's like you tear yourself down to build yourself up. And you get the tools that you need to stay sober. Now, does that keep us sober? Not always. And many, many times, people are going back out there, coming back in, going back out, coming back in. I have almost 3 years, and it took me a lot of going back out and getting back in for me to get to this point. It's difficult because you can't see that the grass is greener on the other side. So.
Thank you so much for helping our watchers and our listeners understand that this truly is a journey and a disease that has to be treated in a very special way.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Because a lot of it is, is it okay if I use my personal?
Absolutely.
Without the mental health medications that my psychiatrist put me on when I went through detox, I wouldn't be able to focus to get through, working the program and everything. So I think that has, quite a bit to do with it, is getting your headspace straight.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Thank you so much for that insight. Next question. How does being a behavioral tech benefit your own recovery?
So this is something I've been wanting to do since before I got sober this time. I just knew my purpose was to help somebody. Talking to those who are in recovery on campus helps me quite a bit, because I can hear from them things that I was thinking, 3 years ago. Or going over, things in the big book, or just having a conversation. It helps me stay in check. It helps me remember that there are people out there who are just fresh in it, and they just need a little bit of guidance, is all. Like, if I can help one, that makes it worth it. So.
Wow, that's very beautiful, and I think all of us can see your need to want to help others has been a goal that you've achieved, and that you're continuing to achieve.
I'm trying.
How does being a behavioral tech negatively affect your personal recovery?
Because of the hours that I work, my shift hours, I'm so tired during the week that I slack on going to meetings that I need to go to. It's, imperative that I do the things to maintain my own recovery. So that'd be the biggest impact. That just being exhausted, but it's worth it.
Wonderful. Do you recommend tech work to someone who is in early recovery themselves?
No, not really. I think that, depending on where in early recovery you are and how strong you are, that would be my, how I would determine that. But as a whole, no, I don't recommend it, because the time that you are supposed to be spending on your recovery at that moment needs to be that, not somebody else's recovery. And I don't mean to sound cold about that, but how can you go on and achieve great things if you are right here and you haven't reached here?
That definitely makes me think of what you said earlier, having that focus
Yes.
clearly in mind. Well, that's all the questions that we have for you today, Jen.
Wonderful.
It was certainly a pleasure having you on our show, and we hope to possibly catch up with you here in the near future, and see how things are still going.
Awesome, thank you.
And I want to thank all our watchers and listeners for tuning in today, and I hope y'all have a beautiful day, and thank you for tuning in to Power of Perspective. Thanks.
Yes.